Oh, yeah.
Okay, we are rolling. Welcome back to Blyth Golf and welcome back to Liverpool Golf Centre. I haven't got very long, but I'm going to try and squeeze in 2 videos. Back with the big dog. Been watching Bryson absolutely send it on GM Golf's videos, so I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. So this video is going to look at how you can increase your driver distance, but without increasing your clubhead speed. So it's going to focus on optimising all your launch conditions to get the most out of how fast you hit it and how hard you hit it. So we're going to split it into 3 simple tips. First off, angle of attack. You need a positive angle of attack. So you need to hit up on the ball. Second of all, strike location, where you do and where you don't want to hit it. And thirdly, how you can optimize your spin rate and launch angle. So these 2, because they play a huge factor in how far you're going to hit the driver. Right, so first one was attack angle, so you need to hit up on the ball. And to do that, we need to do a few things with our setup. So we need the ball forwards in our stance, just inside that left heel. And then we're going to put a little bit of shoulder tilt backwards, and that's going to help us hit up on the ball. Hit that nice. So 118 club speed, 302 carry, and you can see that's 4 degrees up on the ball, and that's really helped us launch it at 11 degrees. Right, so I'll run through that again. So we just want the ball inside our left heel. Hopefully you can see me on this camera over here. Just want some backwards body tilt, spine tilt, that gives us an angle away from the ball. Then if you widen your stance, that can sometimes help you to hit up on it. It gives you a bit more space. So once you've done those 2 things, ball inside the left heel, you just want to stay back on it, be patient, and then hit up on it. So try and give it another go. Hit that solid. Again, 3.5 degrees up in it, slightly more spin, a little cut, but still getting it out there, 300 yards carry. Tip number 2 is strike location. So the heel is the killer for efficiency. If you hit it out the heel, it's going to spin up, go right, come up short. You need to be hitting it out the middle. If anything, favour high toe, but try and hit it out the middle if you can. Flush is always good. I'll hit this one purposely out the neck and see how much distance we lose. These are just smooth drives, I think. Let me try it again, put a bit of a lower tee and make it easier to show what I'm trying to do. So this is going to be a low heel strike. Okay, there we go. Low heel strike, right down the middle, but you can see because the strike, the spin has actually stayed okay, but the carry has come well down because the launch angles come right down. So that's probably not able to see it, but I've struck that there. So you can see how much we're losing compared to those first strikes that were out the middle. So really good way to do this is to get some athlete foot spray, spray it on your face, see where you're hitting it, because then you get feedback. For me, I honestly don't think I need it because I know where I'm hitting it. I can feel it as soon as I've hit it. I'm like, oh, that's heel, or that's a centimetre out the toe. I can just feel it because I've hit so many golf shots. But if you're new or you're not entirely sure or confident where you're hitting it, get some spray, and it really will help. So thirdly, we're going to talk about optimizing the spin rate and the launch angle, because those 2 things are absolutely fundamental to hitting it far. If you do hit it low, you want a little bit more spin because you don't want the ball to just fall out the sky, because the spin helps keep it in the air. However, for optimizing distance and carry distance, you want to launch it higher with less spin because it's going to carry further. So I thought it might be worthwhile expanding on that launch and spin relationship that I was talking about then, because I know a few of you do quite like it when I get a little bit more technical. So the chart you can see is off the TrackMan website, and it's split up into 5 different categories depending on club speed. The swings you've seen me make at the start of this video are fitting in between that 115 and 120, but as soon as I start to step on it, I get well above the 120 mark, so we'll take the 120 club speed for my example. You can see then that it's split into 3 different attack angles. So minus 5 degrees or 5 degrees down, 0, which is neutral, and positive 5 degrees or 5 degrees up. And you can then see how the different launch angles are affected by that angle of attack and what spin you need for each of these to optimize it. So if we take the 5 degrees down, you can see it's launching at 6 degrees, which is like a 2-iron. And to optimize that launch, you need 3,433 spin. Because if you had a low spin with that launch, the ball would just fly out the sky and you'd carry it like 230. So you can see that's carrying at 280 with a total of 305. Whereas if we take the positive 5 degree attack angle, which is pretty much where I was in those drive swings, maybe just shy of it, you'll see in next week's video when I start stepping it, I get closer towards a 7 degree attack angle. So if we take that, we can see it's launching at 12.6 degrees, which is 6.5 degrees higher than it was when you were 5 degrees down on it.
And then to optimise this attack angle and launch angle, we need to spin it at 2,343, which is over 1,000 less than what we wanted to spin it at if we were attacking it from 5 degrees down. And you can see this results in basically 30 yards more carry and 45 yards more total distance. So you can really see the huge impact that optimising your driver conditions has, because both these swings have the same club speed, they're putting in the same energy, the same power, yet one results in 350 yards, one results in 305. That's driving a par 4 and not driving a par 4. It's a massive difference. So before you go to the range and start swinging it like Bryson, make sure you've got that driver optimised, because you really can gain a lot more distance than you might think. I'll leave the link to this chart and a similar one produced by Ping in the description. But one more thing that is definitely worth mentioning is the greater increase in distance you get from hitting up on it as opposed to hitting down on it as the club speed increases. So the faster you swing it, the greater benefit you'll see from having a more positive attack angle.
So this one I try and launch nice and high, but keep that spin down. With the setup inside the left heel, trying to strike it out of the middle, a little bit of backwards tilt. Good strike, might be a little bit, yeah. So that's perfect spin. We can see there 2040, that is optimal launch degrees at 11.2. Probably could launch it a little bit higher, but that's absolutely fine there, and it's going bullet straight. It's quite nice. I'm hitting little fades with my driver, which is not always what I do. So as I said, this is all about optimizing. In the next video, I'm going to look at how we can increase the club head speed. But if you're someone who doesn't have time to go to the gym, doesn't have time to work on hitting it harder, you just want to get more out of what you've got right now, these 3 tips will just make you hit the ball further. It's just a fact. Get these optimized and you're nailed. So what's really important to ensure that you optimize the spin and the launch to help you maximize the distance is to make sure your driver suits you. So custom fitting. I know what I need because this is a 65 gram X, mid kick, mid launch, and a 9.5 degree head. So I know that's what I need to get me some nice optimal numbers, but it really can depend on the person. So you might need a lot more loft or a stiffer shaft or a weaker shaft. It really doesn't matter. Don't be afraid to get a regular shaft. Don't be ashamed. Like, it really doesn't matter. For how you swing it, you need to just make sure that you've got what you need to optimize that launch and spin. So I'm just going to try and prove to you how much of a difference this can make. So I'm trying to get this launch, just pulled that one there, but I'm going to try and get this launch up to close to 14 degrees and see what effect it has on carry. So as I said, inside left heel, bit of tilt, a little bit wider if that helps you get that body tilt, and then get that strike. Decent strike, 11.5 degrees, and that's carried 309, and that spin is just absolutely perfect. So I'm hitting a little fade, smash factor 1.5, and to be honest, with the 1.5 smash, that's the efficiency. That is absolutely bang on. You can get a 1.51, but in theory it's impossible, so I'm actually super happy with that. If you're getting close to 1.5 smash, you know you're doing something right. As I said with the custom fitting, it is really important because the driver you have can have such a big impact depending on how you swing it. So this is a 9.5 head, as I said, for him in the shot, but it's not a tall head, so it's not actually that precise. So I got it measured when I bought it by Adam in St Andrews, and he was like, mate, this is like an 8 degree head. It doesn't have to be that close. As if it's a tall head, it has to be within 0.1 degree or something, but this is within a degree, and it was well out. So I think I've actually got it cranked up so it plays 9.5 degrees, but it's actually a much lower lofted head. Thank you very much for watching. Hope those tips were useful. Tune into the next video to see how you can increase your club head speed if you really want to start getting it out there. And try them. Let me know how you get on. Until next time.